Yeah, this is so good.
The more you talk about this card, the more it's just like Doffy players were eating good. We've been starving since set 1.
True.
And we have finally now gotten to a point where our deck is not a meme anymore.
Bro, this card's insane. What is good, homies? This is Chris from Small Hat Crew, joined today by Small Hat Manny.
Hey, everybody.
Small Hat Nick.
Hello.
And there is no Small Hat Brandon. So,
we ate him.
There is actually big beef that happened behind the scenes. We hate him, kicked him off the...
And when we say beef, we grilled him.
Yeah.
And then ate him.
Yeah, we all hate each other, so that's definitely... But anyway,
He is food.
today we're using the set to do card reviews. Something that
We haven't done for a while.
haven't done in a while.
I think
What
we
is
did
a
the
card
leaders
review?
for OP08 and then we did nothing else after.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because, you know, I think that's kind of how we, like, branched out and became our own little thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then we neglected it, and then, okay. But anyway, we have Shanks, screen character, 9 cost, 11,000 power, / film, 4 emperors, red hair pirates, more film support.
Always.
On play, kill up to one of your opponent's arrested characters. So, I know you like this card, Nick.
Yeah, 9/11.
I know you also like this card,
I
Darren.
love this fucking card.
9/11 vanilla stats that kill something on play. It's really good.
It's so good.
It's a good card.
It's a reactionary card. Which
It's very reactionary. It's just the fact that it's like it pops rested, but I'm happy there's no limit to it. It just says whatever it is, it's tapped, kill it. Kill it with fire.
I really don't like this card. I hate that I hate that for 9 Dawn the pop is still conditional. It needs to be rested, and it's basically like your opponent on 8 Dawn can play Gecko Moria, and then on your turn you can't respond to that with shit. Like, what's he hitting, the brand new?
Well, the thing is, like with Uta, it's one of those things where it's that like you wouldn't play that in response, but you'll just do Luffy combo, and then they still have to deal with this 3-4 body turn that you just dropped.
But that is the strength of, like, I feel like that's the strength of removal bodies, that usually your opponent does their turn, and then on the following turn you can invalidate their turn with your own new body that you've, and then you just remove their board while establishing your board in the process. This Shanks pretty much says, if I'm going to hit anything that happened on turn 8, I'm going to have to give you your 10 Dawn turn. Because, like, just for example, you play Gecko, I can't pop it, so I have to do this turn, and then you take another turn, and now that Gecko's turned sideways, I can finally answer Gecko with them.
I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's the strongest part about the card is that it's a film card, and film can search and have a big body, because we have big bodies in like Luffy, but those are blocker big bodies. We don't have an offensive big body.
Zoro.
But
Film.
But he's not film.
Yeah.
We have Zoro, but it was not searchable.
The only... And that's another thing, too, actually, I think about, because... Alright. He's green. He costs 9. There's only one leader I could imagine running this. It'd be Bonnie, because Bonnie would be the one leader that could facilitate a pop. But even she isn't doing, like, hitting the Gecko the turn he comes out, unless the opponent plays Gecko, and then swings, you know? Yeah. So it's like... I feel like he's way too slow. And then because you give him the extra turn, that means you have 2 more Dawn, or you have more Dawn to work with also. So then he's like kind of competing with, like, he's removing a body. But then if I can't really use him until I'm on 10 Dawn anyway, I can still play Doffy. 10 drop Doffy instead. And
which would be arguably a better thing because you stop 3 bodies.
Yeah,
one body.
that's my problem with this card. Like,
yeah,
there's nothing that this card is hitting that like Doffy doesn't hit in addition to leader swing and then another body on top.
I'm not saying it's better than Doffy. I'm just saying that because it's a film card, and that means it's less times we whiff off the Uta ability. That's what makes it good, and it's a higher end. Me personally, out of like a 1 through 5, I would give it like a 2.
Yeah, that's where I am with it.
That's right.
But most of that, like 1.5 of that 2, is because it's a film card.
That's the only thing I like about it.
I would say the biggest argument I give for this card is the new 7-cost Jack coming out. Cards like that are doing powerful effects but rest themselves. Yeah. This will come out and immediately punish, but it's very specific.
If we get more cards like that, where like it's like, yeah, you get this much effect, but I'm then tapped. This card then comes at the board where it's like, oh, you got to tap yourself through your effect. Get him.
I think if we do start heading in that direction, and it's not just Jack, then there's something there maybe. Yeah. But even then, I think I would still rather just play the Doffy and freeze the Jack in the... I don't know. Would you like to defend the card, Garen?
Small Hat Garen's also here.
It's a green card. Like, if green does any kind of popping, it's always been a tap pop. Like, that's
why green's always had the worst removal.
Yeah, it's always had the worst removal, and that's one of the problems. Is like, it's green. It's gonna be a tap pop. Like, unfortunately, it can't pop anything active.
Yep.
Like you brought up Bonnie earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually see it in there because it would be nice. Because like your opponent sequence is bad, you get a free pop. And Bonnie already makes your opponent's sequence bad. Just in her inherent ability to take an attack away from you, she's forcing you to make a bad sequence every single time.
But Bonnie's also probably the leader where 10-drop Doffy's at his strongest.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like,
you know what I think would make this card actually even better?
What?
Take away the pop effect. Just say, tap a character, any character, tap it, and lock it down for the turn.
You know, I agree. But you know, I was thinking, I think for green, 'cause I keep coming back to how to fix green's like removal issue.
You don't.
And I think what they should be doing is, I think that they should have effects like, for example, that's the Shanks, for example. But like, if green had a card, for example, that was like that event they had where it's like tap a 5 and then pop a 5.
Well, it's or you choose.
No. But I think that's what green would need for their removal, because they could always pop the card they want to pop, but also
have the option to tap it if they need to tap it.
They would have the option to tap something and then just pop a target that's already rested.
What if they had like green with kicker effects? It's like pay a Dawn, rest something. You can pay an extra Dawn to also KO.
Oh, that would be dope.
That'd be kind of gas.
Because that would be because, like, for example, if black looks at a 3 cost, black's just gonna go, that 3 is active, I'm gonna pop it. Green would basically, like, by them resting it and popping it, they're doing the same thing. But there is a strength there also where, like, if something is already rested.
But rather, if you're playing Perona and you have 10 cost Kuzan on board, you get to rest a 9-drop and then play this.
And 2 strong energy.
I love it.
Yeah. I don't. My problem. This card is my problem with green. That's where I am with it.
It's just suffering from green.
It's green.
Yeah.
It's green.
But like, I still like the card because again, it's a searchable big body.
I'm just happy that they are moving forward, making green boss monsters 9-drop for Bonnie.
He kills Kid.
He does kill Kid.
He does kill
Wow.
Kid. He does kill. I am very glad that green boss monsters, I hope moving forward, just remain 9-drops. Because every time you get a new 10-drop, unless it's like Doffy, Bonnie can't do fucking anything with that.
True.
Do we even have other? Is there even?
It's only Doffy.
It's just Doffy. Wow.
No.
Meanwhile,
isn't the film? Oh no, Film Luffy's at 8-10, right?
Vanilla.
Yeah, like, that's crazy. That
Bro.
green has no 10 drops while every other color is got
green has
2 or 3.
1 10-drop. Meanwhile, blue has 2 10-drop Kaidos.
Yes.
Like, what?
Purple has multiple Kaidos.
I just don't understand.
So many Kaidos.
Big Mom has herself.
I think someone in chat brought up that they were like, does Kaido have the second most cards with his name on it? Yeah, and I was like, no, I think it's actually, I was right. Never mind, I was right. But I remember like, no, I think it's Nami, and I think Nami had like 13, and Kaido had like fucking 11.
Nami has 13 cards.
Was that surprising
Luffy
though?
has to have more.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Oh, but
The argument was for second
They're saying,
place.
they're saying excluding Luffy.
The argument is for second place, yeah.
Luffy's in every single color. He has the most cards.
All right, moving on to our next card. We have
Gordon.
green
Ramsey.
character, 2 cost, 0 power, wisdom, film. Another film card. Counter 1000, Gordon's finally not a 2K. Blocker. On your opponent's attack, you may trash any number of music type cards from your hand. Your leader or one of your characters gains 1000 power during this battle for every card trashed.
So it essentially replaces the Blue No that came out, the 2/3 Blue No blocker.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because this one's slightly better because
You can
it's the
discard
same
your events
card,
for
but
counter.
at least I have this
As an
additional
effect,
effect.
yeah. That's the only reason this card sees play. I don't know if you will ever use this effect. I feel like if you're using this effect, you're in the trenches.
Yeah.
Like, you're down bad.
Well, it's not that you have to be down bad, but like, let's say you need that additional 1. Because the thing is, like, sometimes you do end up with like these extra backlights that you don't need, and you don't have the Uta to discard them to whatever. Sometimes they're just sitting in your hand.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to do the math for your big push,
Yeah.
like sometimes it is. And then like, I know there's times where you're playing where you're like, if I had one more Dawn to be a clean win,
1 more K.
or like 1 more K to have that clean win, I would have it instead of
Nope.
me being.
I've never lost a game.
God.
Yeah.
That's
What?
right. World championship winner right here.
Well, to be fair, I didn't split worlds with Brandon.
That's right.
Remember, we didn't split.
Right.
We didn't play it out.
He was playing Zeph. You were playing Blurple Croc. You're right.
He was hungry. I was pressed to get home early.
Of course.
We didn't really want to play it out for the extra 6-packs.
Of course. What was I doing?
You know? Yeah, I don't know. I would like this card a lot more if it said discard a film. I do hate that it's locked in music, but either way, it's any effect is better than no effect. So
True.
that alone makes it
I don't
better
remember.
than
Are the Utas also considered music?
No.
I doubt it.
I honestly can't remember, but I can go look.
But, there's what Utus are going to discard that don't already have counter.
Valid.
Purple.
Purple has counter.
Purple
Purple has
Uta.
counter.
No, 8 drop 8K, purple Uta doesn't.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
4-drop counter.
Yep, there it is. Yeah. Manny, would you like to do the honors? You never really get the...
Sure.
We're in person. You actually get the...
I'll say be careful just not to unplug shit.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, so the first card we're going to go over is Portuguese D Ace. Red character.
Did you say Port D's?
Port Gas.
Oh.
No, he said Portuguese, like the
Portuguese,
country.
yeah.
Yeah, I
He's not
see, I
Portuguese
see.
D. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Portuguese D's Ace.
Port Gas D Ace. Well, he's a red character, 5 costs, 6,000 power, special, Whitebeard Pirates, 1K counter. If your leader is a Whitebeard, if your leader has Whitebeard Pirates included in its type, this character has rush once per turn. If this character would be removed from play by one of your opponent's effects, instead you may give this character minus 2,000 power for this turn.
I think this card's gas.
It is.
It got rush Luffy stats, it has 1K counter, and then it saves itself once.
Actually, I don't think it has the once per turn clause.
It
Oh, it does have one.
It does.
Okay, but yeah.
Bro, that'd be broken if it didn't.
Well, no, it'll just be lose more and more.
Until it's like negative 1,000.
Yeah. It's all by effect. It's
But
not
power
like-
can go negative in One Piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it only saves itself from effects. Not
Yeah,
from
not
battle.
bad.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So you keep minusing
Bro,
it.
I was about to say.
And then Otama swings into your -2.
I was about to
ace.
say. If it was combat, you just keep going negative. It'd be like trying to out fucking Light and Darkness Dragon.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson?
Oh man. But no.
It's crazy though.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say because it does have Luffy stats, but Luffy stats is just stats in general, right?
5-6.
Because outside of Luffy stats, it's vanilla stats or bad, right?
Or there's 4-7 for some reason, you know.
Yeah. But he has the counter. Because I was thinking Luffy, because Luffy just doesn't have the counter because he's fucking dumb. He's got a really good effect. But this ace, my one gripe with it is I hate that he's locked to Whitebeard. I hate that he's locked to Whitebeard.
Well, he's only locked for the rush. He always has the protection.
Yeah. But rush is
The
what
rush is why
matters.
you play it though, right?
Well, that's not necessarily so, because remember, there were red purple LOL players that were just playing the other ace, even though he didn't have rush, but just because he was another -3.
Yeah, but that's like -3 to 2 characters. That's
Yeah, that
that's the
synergizes with
5-6
leader ability.
that-
This is
that's
true.
not even vanilla stats that would save itself.
Because I was gonna say, when you mentioned red purple law, I thought you were gonna say somewhere I was going with those. So I hate that he is leader locked. I hate that he is leader because literally red is in such a terrible place, and the only red leader that really does anything was Whitebeard, and now up until recently we've gained all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But pretty much like doing this guarantees what?
They had to leader lock it, otherwise Ace would just
That's
play this.
what I was going to say. That's what I was gonna say. Like, literally, I hate that it's leader lock because red fucking needs all the help it can get right now. But they have to because fucking law. That leader.
This card is anti-law though. It's removed from the board by any effect.
Yeah,
it's
it's
KO.
not destruction.
So even if they try to
Bomb
bottom
deck it, you
get
can
to
save it.
No, I get that. But what I'm just getting at is red needs help. Red
Yes,
is
it
getting
does.
getting good cards printed, and they're probably gonna have to keep being leader locked because leaders like law exist now.
Yes.
That
This
is-
also in the Whitebeard structure deck, to be fair. But
Either way, but that's like the STO1. Almost none of the Straw Hat cards besides Diablo Zombie are locked. You know.
Also,
Power of
to be
STO1
fair,
compared to
Crimea River already. Red was kicking it nice and
Manny.
good for 5 sets.
5 sets. Okay, first of all, red was kicking it good for like 2 sets. Whitebeard was kicking it good for 5 sets.
It's not a red card.
That's completely different.
This is also a Whitebeard card to go with your point then.
That's my problem, bro. I don't know. I really want red. I want us to be in a point in time where you can play a red leader that is not Zoro, Whitebeard.
you just want to play Luffy again, you can say it.
Just say it. I want to play Luffy. I want to have a leader that manipulates Dawn.
No, I want to play Garp. Okay? Is that what you want to hear?
Yeah, that's what we wanted to hear.
You broke me.
There it is. It's okay.
I do. It is Luffy. Although I don't think I want to play Luffy anymore. I feel like Luffy was great in the beginning, but as time has gone on and Blue's gotten better and better, like more fun. Cause Blue, I just don't think it was fun in the beginning, but I don't know. As time goes on, I do think Blue might be my favorite color. I think it might be because Blurple Croc.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. And then like we're gonna cover it.
Some Blurple Croc, brother.
Bro, don't spill the tech.
Yeah,
you're giving them all the gas.
Cut it out.
Regardless, though, this card is a fantastic card. Even though it is leader locked, but the new Marco is going to come out. The new Marco takes advantage of this.
Sure.
It's a great aggression piece that has counter.
I love the cut it out. I love the like just cut it out as if as if this tech leaks and then fucking Croc's meta.
It's just funnier for the Croc
Damn.
brother.
No, I can't win Nats with Croc because they know.
But you're just going to win Nats anyways.
It's fine. You'll just top deck Diablo Jump and steal a game off of Red Purple Law.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will. Oh, and there's a little flame emoji on it. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, it's a good card.
It is a good
It's an obviously good card. Moving on. Next, we have Atmos, red character, 4 cost, 5,000 power, / Whitebeard Pirates, counter 1,000. When attacking, if your leader is Edward Newgate. See, I hate this shit. I hate this shit. They're not even letting Ace play this one, actually.
It's just Whitebeard.
Read the effect. It says you
cannot add life cards to your hand using your own effects during this turn. I think for future proofing alone, though, like if this wasn't locked to Whitebeard, you'd be able to print cards that do that without, like for example, if I'm playing if there's ever a good red-green leader again, you'd be able to play like the fucking Fishman pirate cards that pick up life for effect and all that, and this would be able to prevent you from doing that. Like, by blocking this to Whitebeard, you've prevented interactions like that from ever happening.
Well, yeah.
That's why I don't like it.
But isn't that also your argument for, like, triggers and yellow cards is the leader lock them so that they don't go off on each other?
Triggers are stupid. Bro, I think that was an unnecessary nerf to this card.
I don't think it's a nerf because I think Whitebeard is the only deck that this card would ever see play.
Yeah.
And, like, it was just...
Well, no, I agree. I don't think it's probably an interaction that'll probably never come. But then again, you just never know with just the longevity of the game. It's just like, because there could be some point where like with Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, where 5-10 years pass, and then all of a sudden it's like, my God, this level 6 vanilla is broken because it's one specific interaction.
We have to realize something about this card. That one is one of those things where he in his text. In Invisible Ink says that he is a blocker. Because this is what's going to happen. When you drop him, on the next turn he's going to swing to stop you from taking damage. Your opponent cannot let that stay, because if you're playing with a 6k leader and you're not losing your life, you're just gaining advantage. They have to go into him. And so he goes, I saved you from a damage and I saved you from an attack at the same time. And because the thing is, and then if you keep playing them and keep holding yourself back from doing it, it's one of those things where it's like you're gonna have this extra life in the late game that Whitebeard never had.
Yeah.
That people are like, well, I'm supposed to combo off on you on my turn by this point, but you have too much life for me to combo on you now. I
do agree, but I also think that is suggesting that like this card sticks to the board because it's a when attacking effect.
But that's the point. But this is the thing. If you answer that card, you are not hitting me, and I build up my hand.
Well, no. So if it's a one attacking effect, so you've played it, you're not getting that effect that turn.
I understand.
So the turn I'm going to answer it, I would have only been able to hit you anyway. I can't go for this. It's active.
No, but you said pop.
Yeah, like pop it.
Yeah, but then if you popped it, you can't come after me.
What's up? Why not?
Because you won't have the dawn to do so.
In the early game, like your opponent would never go like more than 6 into you anyway. So they don't need the extra dawn to try to match you. They'd be able to pop this, and then they only need the one to match your leader. That's all they would ever need. Because that's how you play into Whitebeard. You never go above 6.
So in your hypothetical, they always have the answer to the Atmos. In my hypothetical, my Atmos will always stick, so it's a good card. I don't know what you're saying.
It's obvious to see why the card is good if it sticks. And I'm not saying the card is always outed, but
that's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying it's always out. Do you think I'm fucking stupid that I think that the answer is always in the hand all the time? Obviously not. There have been times where I've played Gecko and opened nothing but 2Ks. Sure, there'll be instances where this card will stick, but more likely than not, One Piece has gotten so consistent that you usually have the answer more often than you do not.
So you're saying it's always getting answered?
It's getting answered more often than not. Verbatim, that was my word usage.
This is just an additional card that says it demands respect, because if you don't answer it, I will steamroll you.
This is Whitebeard's 4/5 Kuzan.
Yeah.
Well, that Kuzan was the example I was thinking of when I was like even thinking about this card, because like I think how Arvin and Trevor put it basically, Kuzan's job is to go out there and die. You don't expect Kuzan to make it to the next turn. So that's literally how I look at this card. Except the thing about Kuzan though is the reason he can get away with that is because he replaces himself. So when he dies, you've lost no advantage in doing so. So that's why like I agree with like Arvin and Trevor in like their the way they've broken down Kuzan. It's a card One Piece has gotten so consistent that you just don't expect Kuzan to make it to the next turn. That's why it is his job to die.
But the difference between this card and then Kuzan, this card has value in the sense of that because he naturally has counter. And yeah, you would just drop Kuzan to then draw a card. But if it's a turn where it's not meant for you to drop Kuzan because you need to play other cards, same thing with this. There's no reason for me to drop this card right now, even if he did say draw one, because I need to use the rest of my Dawn for a different play. He's counter. I don't have to hopefully draw into other counter. He is counter.
Next we have Kingdu Red.
I forgot we had another card.
3 cost, 4,000 power, Whitebeard Pirates, counter 1,000 blocker. Opponent's turn, when this character is KO'd by your opponent's effect, up to one of your leaders gains 2,000 power during this turn.
It's kind of mid. I'd rather just play Shiraya.
3 cost, 4k power blocker.
Same stat line.
When this character is KO'd by your opponent's effect. That has to be effect.
I'm trying to
This card's bad.
I'm trying to see where I find the max value in this card, and I don't.
It's against black. Like,
this card is like... This card is so bad. This is literally like, you have to compare this to yellow. Yellow has Shirahoshi, which is like, you will respect me as a blocker because if you pop me, I'm going to heal a life.
yeah.
Like, this is so much worse. This is so much worse. Shirahoshi sits there the entire game.
Yeah, she does.
And because it's like, sure, like if she gives you the life and then they hit you anyway, you like your life broke even. And like he pumps your Whitebeard to 8k, so he stops an attack. So there's like that. But Shirahoshi is an extra card advantage and a potential to trigger.
Yeah.
Like this is really, really.
I'm not a fan of this card.
This card's not good. Damn. Next we have Tashigi. This Tashigi's so good. Although I've seen, well, I guess we'll. Tashigi, black character, 5 cost, 6,000 power, navy, counter 1,000. On play, if your leader is Smoker, give up to one of your opponent's characters -4 for this turn. Activate main once per turn. If it is the turn this character was played, place up to one of your opponent's cost 0 characters into the owner's trash. I don't remember. Somebody had a gripe with this card. Someone, I don't know if I was streaming or if it was in the Discord. It's probably while streaming, so I'll look at.
I was about to say, I don't remember anyone talking about it.
Someone in the Discord said that they feel that this card is just like stepping on the card of like another card. I don't remember what it was. This card's fucking amazing. This card's so good. Bro, it does the cost reduction and the pop. This card's fucking insane.
It does.
Well, no. It doesn't pop. It sends.
Trashes.
It trashes.
Yeah.
That's a whole different word. That's a whole different verbiage.
It is.
That's what makes the card good. If it was
Like,
pop,
No, this card.
if it was pop, it would be like, it's a good card, but then you have to pay to play Smoker. But because it said trash, now there's a reason
I remember,
to play Smoker.
I remember what the criticism was. Someone was like, I feel like this is just Navy getting a Kaku, and Kaku's better.
Kaku, does he trash or does he pop?
Kaku, he pops.
Then this is better.
This is better.
Well, because this card, it does a -4 even. Like, this card's fucking, like, I think even if this card didn't trash, if this card just popped, I think this card would still be fucking amazing.
I think the trash is really, really important.
No,
like,
it is.
On curve, like your opponent played 4 Dawn, they played Borsellino pass. Okay, I'm playing this, your Borsellino's gone. I've now outed your entire last
You know what's the craziest part too?
Gas.
You don't have to do one immediately after the other.
Yeah, you don't.
It's on play, -4. You could choose to do whatever, and then
later on in the same turn, you get the trash.
Exactly.
So
Because
you get to minus additional.
This is literally, because you have to think, like, as far as black curve goes, there's like Kobe on 3, which pops a 3. There's not really anything on 4. On 5, there's Garp with no counter. And then there's 6 Sakazuki that pops a 5. And then 7 Borsellino bottoms a 4. Like, what she hits for her cost is actually fucking. That's why I think even if she didn't bottom deck, I think this card would probably still see play regardless. The fact that she bottom decks is she trashes is fucking amazing.
You also have to keep in mind. Is that because your leader has to be Smoker to get that first effect. That means you have a Navy leader. That means you Marine.
Never mind. I remember what their criticism was. What? So it was the Kaku thing, but yeah, that was it. They were like, this is just Smoker getting a Kaku. But then why don't you just play Lucci and play Kaku?
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's actually a very, very valid criticism.
Well, this is the thing. This trashes Ikaku pops.
Yeah.
That would be my argument.
But that's Lucci.
It genuinely depends on the rest of if the rest of the black starter deck is all Smoker support specifically. Like if we get a better stage that minuses like how they have
on the Ennis Lobby
and shit like that. Like I could see it being good because I like Smoker. Smoker's just a once return -1. If there happens to be a 0 on board, he's now 7k for 1 Dawn.
Yeah.
But it's just a consistent -1 for a 5 life leader.
That is also true. The fact that if we have Smoker's ability, you're swinging for, like, let's say you didn't get the 0.
Yeah.
You just go swing for 6. Or actually, that's why she's good. Actually, now that I think about it, it's spaced out. You go on play -4.
Yep.
Swing with Smoker. Minus it one more, so now he's 7. Now it's 0. You finish it. You do all your effects. That's like, oh, I have a 0 cost. Then at the end of the turn,
KO is a 5.
KO the 5.
Or it trashes a 5 cost blocker Sabo.
Yep.
And I also do get to because there's just so many good CP cards that are locked, so they'll have to do the same for Smoker as well. But like, if the main thing is the stage, while you do lose the -2 of the stage every turn, Smoker is the -1 himself every turn. So you only ever need one extra. In fact, because it's when you think about it too, it's. Oh yeah, Lucci does do it too. God damn it. Because I was gonna say.
Yeah, but Lucci doesn't gain stats though.
Well, no, I agree. But because that's what I was gonna say. Because like, if Lucci's stage is -2, it's like, well, Smoker is a -1, and if you want Marineford, it's the second. You're on the stage, still got that -2. But
Lucci's a -3 every turn.
Yeah, Lucci. Oh my god.
Yeah, Lucci's a -3, but he doesn't gain stats. So that's the trade-off. It's do you value more the one more decrease, or do you value an additional K in your swing?
So I think it's just gonna come down to. Because what are the other like leader locked? They have the Searcher, of course, but I think Smoker be playing Navy Searcher anyway. So there's that. There's Airdoor. There's Spandine.
Yeah, Spandine.
Yeah, Spandine.
Spandine's big.
Yeah, but Spandine's just brand new.
No, I think.
No, Spandine is.
Oh, the younger. Yeah.
I don't think it would take too much, honestly, to make Smoker really good. They would have to.
They're gonna get a leader locked great eruption for Smoker.
I was gonna say, I think that's
because Smoker is not putting 10 cards in trash for the CP one.
He's not.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the fucking other one. Like literally, no other black leader is able to use that like Lucci. Because I remember like in chat people were like, we just got better great eruption. It's like, no, we didn't. Literally. As I was trying to build Sabo, I just stared at the card. I was like, I can't do fucking anything with this. Yes. I can't do anything with this card. I just don't have great eruption. And you feel it. You feel it with all the other black leaders are fucking feeling the fallout of losing that card. Lucci just doesn't care. Like,
brother, you can play it in Gecko. Gecko Mills.
You can play in Gecko, yeah.
God, so ass. I hate what's happened.
Regardless, this is a good card.
This is a really, really, really good card.
The fact that it trashes, that's my favorite part, is that it trashes the card, not destroys it.
I'm amazed at where we currently are in One Piece that this isn't a 2K.
Same, actually.
Fucking Bandai, I wouldn't put it past.
If it were a 5/5, it'd probably be a 2K, but because it's a 5/6.
Bandai is like, because like as we've seen with Black Maria,
True.
It's like, you look at it, it's like, there's no way that's 2K.
She has the power deficit. She's the 3 cost.
That is true. I don't know though. There's just the cards that just obviously shouldn't be 2Ks that Bandai just they're like, I don't give a fuck. I'll do whatever I want.
True.
Next we have Boa Hancock, blue character, 4 cost, 6,000 power, 4 cost, 6K. Doffy getting his, is this his third 6K body?
Yes. Weevil, Gecko, and now Boa.
Yes, his third 6K body. 7 Warlords, Kuja Pirates, so it's searchable with 2 different means. Blocker, on play, look at top 3 cards of your deck. Then place them in any order on top or bottom of your deck. Then give up to one of your 7 Warlords of the C-type leader or characters up to 1 Rested Dawn.
Card's fucking amazing.
I
love this card.
This
card is so good.
You just went over one of the most. This bitch is a blocker. What the fuck?
She's a 6K blocker.
A 4/6 vanilla blocker, bro.
So we were kind of talking about this before the video, where in the case of like Doffy, you could these are one of those cards in Doffy, even like kind of like Jinbei, where you don't mind hard playing the card. You could be like, I'll pay 4, play her, put pay 4, play her, put one of the Dons underneath the Doffy. Then if I had a second one and then stack, so now my Doffy is set up, and there's one less Don I had to invest in the Doffy to even do it. And it literally does everything in one. It's literally the 3-drop Doffy with extra steps, and now it's a 6K body. So it's like even on the back screen, you have to invest at least 6. You can't do 5s into Doffy.
Bro, literally, I think what's so great about this card too is because like. But one, so it's a 4/6, which is already huge.
Yeah.
And they couldn't give her counter, not only because of vanilla stats, but because she's beyond that. She's a fucking 3/6, basically. She refunds a Don.
Yeah, refunds a Don.
She refunds a Don. Yeah. She does the
She's
stack.
a blocker, she stacks and refunds.
Oh, my, and like, I think too.
She's a triple threat.
She's so...
Just the art looks good.
Just the fact she's a 6K body too. Like, if you ever cheat her off the top of the deck, she's a 6K body. Like, she's probably making it to next turn unless you out her through like a vector move or something. Like, she... Just by pure virtue of being a 6K body, opponent probably doesn't challenge her. She probably, and if they do, she's a blocker regardless. So she still does her job. Mm-hmm. She's like, this card is just so good. This card is so good.
You know what's another thing I just realized? I don't know if when we get this card, do we still play the other
Boa?
The other Boa. But what you can do is, let's say you have the other Boa.
You give her the Don.
Yeah. You go Doffy effect, cheat this out. That one uses the effect to throw the Don underneath the other Boa, so then the Boa can go off. So you're not having to invest the additional Don.
Yeah. God, this is...
Or in the same thing, if you're trying to do like let's say you have the Mihawk on board that draws 2, discard 2. Same thing. It's like, cool, if I need a extra Don.
That's not hitting the board, brother.
Sometimes it does. Let's be real. Sometimes the Mihawk hits the board where your stack is like, I need these 2 cards, but I don't want to shuffle the rest of it down, so...
Honestly, I've seen sometimes people putting him on the board because you would never hard play him, and these are usually probably not like worth bringing off later. But now that fucking Jinbei exists, I do see Mihawk at the board a lot more often.
Yeah.
Jinbei has enabled you to do shit. It's because I don't give a fuck what the second body is. It's the second body.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just putting 2 bodies on board.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, this is. I also do love that. We haven't ever really talked about on camera, but this is. Doffy has needed, because I feel like Doffy's biggest weakness up to this point has always been...
He's locked to 4s.
He's locked to 4 cost 5K bodies.
Yep.
And they've just been gradually giving him more and more 6K bodies. He actually has competent stat lines to work with now, and it's just so good for him. It's so good. Also, speaking of Jinbei, this is an amazing Jinbei target.
Oh, 100%.
This is an amazing Jinbei target. Oh my god.
Jinbei target.
Oh my god.
So that means you paid 3 for 8 Don worth of...
It's a 7K attack, a 4/5 and a 4/6, and moving a Don.
Yep.
Literally, because the Jinbei, he plays active, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You just get 2 active bodies.
Well, if you hard play the Jinbei.
But no, I know that.
But you spend 3 because you spend 4 on the Jinbei, plays the Boa, but then you use one of the 4 to throw it on your leader.
And Jinbei is even in that Japanese tournament we were watching, they hard play Jinbei a lot. Like there will be times where they they'll go even curve, and they can leader ability, swing 7, get the Jinbei out and all that or whatever. Or they can go leader ability. They'll forgo leader ability entirely just to hard play Jinbei to cheat out a body to have 2 actives to make it back the next turn.
Yeah.
Like it is so good.
I loved watching the Japanese Jinbei player just blind fire Doffy.
It was great. I loved it.
God.
I rewatched it just to be like, Doffy. Doffy on the big stage.
It's crazy to think that you can play a Jinbei, cheat out a Boa, and still be able to leader ability on only 6 Don. That's 3 bodies on 6 Don.
Yeah.
That's 12 Don on 6. That's fucking insane.
And 2 of those bodies are active.
Oh my god, that's so insane.
So good.
And the body that comes out rested is hiding behind a 6K blocker.
Yep.
Yeah. And you don't know if it's like a Weevil where it's another 6K where you drew, or it's a Law, or a Gecko, you bring the card. Like that third body is any other value.
And the third body is being set up by her.
Yeah.
She's stacking the deck for the third body.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting she has that fucking
bro, she's cracked.
Bro, this card, oh my god, this is so good.
The more you talk about this card, the more it's just like Doffy players were eating good. We've been starving since set 1.
True.
And we have finally now gotten to a point where our deck is not a meme anymore.
Bro, this card's insane. This card is deceptively incredible. Like, oh my god, this card is, like we were talking about in the podcast, overuse of the word broken. This card's deceptively broken. How that word has been diluted.
Yes.
But this would be a good example of a card that's not broken, but my fuck, it's insane.
Yep.
Next we have Crocodile, blue character, 4 cost, 5,000 power. The 7 Warlords of the Sea, Brokeworks, counter 1,000 on play. Reveal 1 card from the top of your deck. If that card has the 7 warlords of the sea type, draw 2 cards and place 1 card from the top of your hand on top of your deck.
This card's broken.
This card's amazing.
Okay, not broken. We talked about it.
No,
it's cracked. It's definitely a cracked card.
Especially Vorpal Crop.
He has to. It's Crocodile.
I don't think you could consistently enough guarantee your top will be a warlord.
Do you play Jinbei?
You play Jinbei.
You play Boa.
Oh, they are gaining Boa. That's true. Well, I was gonna say because like the only stackers that Croc plays is like Spada.
And
but
Boa.
The cards that it hits
well, Boa now, yeah.
It hits Femur, so you can draw that card. It hits 8-drop Croc, so you can draw that card. Anything that's 7 Warlords of the Sea, Sengoku's, because you're gonna play the Sengoku Searcher.
He's not a warlord though.
Is he not?
He's not.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, any of your love beams.
Yeah, but aren't you also playing like the Sengoku? Like aren't you not just playing this package in like the 7 Warlord package in Purple Croc?
Well, yes, but so my problem with the card is that I think this card's amazing in Doffy, for example. But I don't think he's all that strong. No, I guess it depends on how many warlord cards are actually going to end up in the deck. But
Doffy blocker.
Because like Doffy's whole thing is he plays a fuck ton of stackers because his leader ability is completely like reliant on it being stacked, whereas Croc doesn't play a bunch of stackers because he doesn't really need to stack. Like the only reason he even played like Desert Spada was because it was Radical Beam, and that was literally it. So, I don't know how consistently. Now, I mean, if we lean into Warlord and like you're playing Doffy blocker, for example, because he's searchable and stuff like that, then maybe.
I have a question: is Desert Spada also a 7 Warlord card?
It is.
Oh my god, yeah, bro. Your Sengokus are gonna be searching.
Bro, yes.
Bro, the card's kind of cooking right now.
Bro, it's. I think if the list ends up running, if the list is running at least 30 Warlords, you probably play this in like Purple Croc.
Well,
because I think Croc will have a lot of like the 0 cost events, for example. That's 8 cards right there where you just don't.
So let's do like some quick math real fast. You're gonna play for the Boa.
Yeah.
Well, go straight. You're gonna play for Jinbei.
Wait, which Boa is he playing?
The one we just talked about.
The blocker that stacks.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
For Jinbei, for Boa.
Yeah.
You're gonna play for Weevil. Because if you're gonna play Jinbei, and you can poop out a Weevil to draw a card. Because it's the same argument as Kuzan. You play the card because it replaces itself.
You got 2Ks in law and show.
Okay. The 2Ks in law.
I forgot we have the 2Ks. There's 3 2Ks.
There's 3 2Ks.
That's 12 cards on its own. I mean,
it's like Goku searches also your events and all these cards.
I also do think that
and your 8-drop.
I also do think. Well, I'm not like against running it. I just literally think it's just gonna come down to the numbers and whether or not Croc does lean into stacking or not. Well, because I think if you blind, because like if you haven't stacked, I think Doffy gets away with playing this card raw. I think if you play this card raw and Blurple Crocodile, you probably just lose the game.
No, yeah.
Just play the 3-drop 4K Doffy that gives you 2 leader abilities.
True.
Yeah. Like, oh my god. I think because like also there's the 0 cost events that are like potential whiffs. There's gonna be that like 9 mom. That's another whiff right there.
Yeah.
If you do end up playing Sanji, that's another whiff right there. If you're playing that pudding event that ramps 2 active Dawn, that's a whiff right there.
The purple event that ramps 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I think Doffy will have far less whiffs in his deck than Purple Crocodile will.
Yeah.
So.
But it's something to experiment with.
Yeah, I literally just think it comes down to once the list is put together. If there's at least 30 Warlords in there, then this card fits right in.
I feel like we're finally getting to the point where we can just go oops all Warlords in Doflamingo now.
I think so too.
I think that's the case. The only thing I would have different is for Kaido. Oh, with 3 Kaido.
Yeah, 3 copies of 10-drop Kaido.
Yeah, because you need a high end. Because the thing is, until Black Yellow Luffy like officially leaves the meta, you need a high end to challenge him.
That's fair. Because
yeah, like you have the unblockable turn, but that's still you still have to. And then your best case scenario, you have your 6K. No. Because Boa's 8, right?
Yeah.
Your 8K Boa. You still have to invest one into her, and then try to outmatch their hand.
Yeah. I think that's a valid criticism, but also I think maybe having the big body isn't as important in that matchup, since that is a matchup where you are able to control the board and not deny leader abilities like Gravity Blade. Like bottoming is like Sabo's, Luffy's, Aces and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. But like, if you Gravity Blade, great. One, you don't always get the Gravity Blade.
Right.
and then you would say, oh well, you have the card that makes you unblockable. Yeah, that's great, but then you still have to climb up to 9K and then pass their hand.
No, I know, but I mean, I think it might be because like I do think if you have to pick one or the other, I just like Kaido as a card. I like
Kaido as a card because
I think you do run Kaido
because he just refills your hand to the point where you're like, I have all my options.
But it also wouldn't surprise me if Doffy's were eventually like, we're running this card for this one matchup, and we don't really need it to win the matchup. It just makes the matchup easier, so like they end up cutting it. Like I could see Doffy get to that point.
Yeah. If we get a 7 Warlord that's a big body, that has even like a B- effect or a C+ effect, Kaido can go.
You're not wrong. We've seen something better than 9-drop Mihawk.
Yeah.
He's so ass.
Give us retooled Mihawk. Make him a 9/9 that can bottom an 8. Like literally, that's all.
Arata him.
You know what? Hear me out. Give us a 9-drop blue Isho.
He's not a warlord,
but he has Gravity Blade as an effect.
That's broken.
Yeah, that's gas. I'm down.
That's broken.
They did this already with They've done this before where they had a card that they put its effect on a boss monster that's just like 2 cost higher and you get it 8K.
Yeah, I forgot
what's it called? It's 3,000 Worlds in Borsellino.
Yeah.
Wait, what? 3,000 Worlds worth?
Yeah, 3,000 Worlds is just Borsellino's effect on the body.
But Borsellino costs almost twice as much and only hits 1 less.
Okay, but you could do this blue Isho that has Gravity Blades, and then instead of 7s, it hits 7s?
Well, because
it hits 6 and lowers.
It hits 6.
Or they make it hit 5.
I was gonna say because like if you were to use like the math that they use for Borsellino, for example, so they took the 4 cost event. They basically...
There's a better example. I just can't remember it right
Okay, because I was going to say, going off of that, they basically... It's double -1, so he costs 7, because, you know, that would cost 8 for the event. So it's double -1 to hit 1 lower. So even if you were to put Gravity Blade on event, if you were to keep going based off that math, that'd be like an 11 cost creature. Like, that effect going on a card...
Mathing with you. Borsellino's not an 8.
He's a 7.
Yeah. That's what you're saying. It's double the cost
double -1
of 3,000 Worlds.
3,000 Worlds is a 4.
Double -1. 4 times 2 is 8. -1 is 7.
Yes. So that means if 7,000 World.
So
double. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I picked it up now.
Okay.
Bro,
yeah.
Today is not our day.
Today it's a Sunday.
Bro, yeah. So literally, if you were to justify putting Gravity Blade, although I could see them because like
power creep, brother. You gotta adjust for inflation.
That's because I mean, Lucci exists, Sabo exists. 8 cost Sabo.
Oh, true.
8 cost Sabo hits a 3 and a 5.
There you go.
You would probably just print like a blue 10 drop. Oh, that's Kaido actually, but it bounces.
Yeah.
We want.
But we want bottom deck. So it'll be like each show that says like bottom deck of 5, bottom deck of 3.
I can fuck with it.
I don't think that'd be worth it. On your 10 Dawn turn, I don't think it'd be worth it.
No, 9 Dawn turn.
On your 9 Dawn turn?
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be worth it, bro. I think
7 Dawn turn.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a tangent. This card's obviously good. This card's obviously good.
The card is fantastic in Doffy. We'll find out about Blurple Croc. But I think if you do a 7 Warlord engine, I think it's a good card.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
4 out of 5.
That is the last card.
That was it. We ended on that. That's crazy.
So your thoughts on all the cards as a whole?
Cards so far. So we've seen green, red, blue, and
black.
1 black card so far.
How do you feel about the new cards in the structure deck?
A lot of them are really good.
It makes me terrified to see what they're going to give yellow.
A lot of them are really good.
Oh, God damn it.
Even the bad ones are mid at worst.
Yeah.
Like.
And somewhere in Discord they said there's supposed to be 5 new cards per starter deck.
That's what I heard too.
So we've seen 2 blue, 3 new red cards, 1 new black card, and 2 new green cards. So we still have more to go. These structure decks are set to release in Japan in July of this year, I think. So we're going to see a lot of leaks from this for the next couple weeks.
And we still have 5 more yellow cards to find out what the hell's going on.
5 yellow and 5 purple.
What I find really upsetting about this is, like, for example, all Whitebeard's cards getting leader locked to him.
No, not all of them are leader locked to him.
Well, no, but we've only seen so many, and 2 of them are already, like, locked. But for example, though, like, Katakuri's structure deck.
Not going to be leader locked at all.
It's just going to be yellow support.
Yeah.
And all the red support is getting locked to specific
I will
leader.
tell you this right now. I will feel nothing but joy if it goes, here are the 5 Katakuri cards. And then you see all the triggers say if your leader is Big Mom Pirates or
Charlotte Katakuri.
Oh yeah, it has to be Katakuri.
That's my problem with them leader locking the red stuff, because yellow, even if they do leader lock it to Katakuri or leader lock it to Big Mom Pirates, that's still Katakuri and pudding.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I don't know.
And don't forget black yellow Big Mom and yellow Big Mom.
Big Mom.
There's 4 leaders that can use those cards.
That is true.
Goodbye, Small Hug Garen.
Bye.
See you, homie. Yeah.
I hope that the purple Luffy support is kind of good though.
Listen.
I also do too. I also kind of don't though. If they do, I do want that to be leader locked, because literally law's right there.
Red purple.
Law's right there. I'm very curious to see where the smoker shit goes.
I think they need to make more cards like Tashigi for smoker that say can only be used in smoker.
Yeah.
But trash. And then make it that smoker, because and it'll kind of be on theme, because like smoker is kind of like for people who get it, like the Commissioner Gordon of One Piece, where he's like, yeah, I still believe in the system, but I also know the system is corrupt. I'm going to do everything I can to try to fix it. So instead of him destroying, he trashes cards.
I too enjoy comic books, my fellow nerd.
Well, to the people that watch,
I'm curious to see where the smoker stuff goes. Part of me really hopes it doesn't keep being leader locked to smoker, but I think that's the only way you get people to keep playing smoker specifically.
Yeah, because then you just play Lucci.
Because I think right now black is kind of also like, if you're building a black leader that's not Lucci and it's not Gecko, it's kind of rough out there. You have Gecko, and even Gecko, he's kind of like, if you can't feel your trash, I'm kind of dead in your hand. Like,
yeah.
So, and you don't have your Great Eruption either, and like, it also makes like black decks, because up to this point, black decks have always just kind of been like, I go Navy, I play my brand new. Bro, losing Great Eruption was losing 4 Navy cards. Brand new just gets worse. Like, I was trying to build Sabo the other day. I just couldn't find enough targets to justify running brand new. So it was just like, you need 18 targets just to make a card that looks 5 hit.
Yeah.
You need so many more to make a card that looks 3 hit. And there's just not that many. There's not that many like really, really good ones. And like Great Eruption was such a good card for black to just lose. Just to go ahead and print one for Lucci, like, I don't know. It's very upsetting.
Yeah, but the one for Lucci is nerfed in a way that it can't be used in the extreme early game. Because people are going to be like, oh, well, Lucci Mills is like, yeah, but you can't use it turn 1. All right, which was the biggest problem with Great Eruption.
I just want to draw a card.
True.
It's just the cost reduction that's lost the 10 or more in trash.
But still.
And that's the effect that the black leaders care about, which is the worst part. Yeah. So it's very unfortunate. I'm also very curious to see. I don't really care. I think you'll probably care to see what they do with the green film shit.
A little bit. I care more than anyone else at this table.
But I care about I want to see the blue shit.
You know what would actually be cool for either red to do, but the more I think about it, I see it more as a blue identity. But it'll be cool to give it to like green or red, maybe, where they have an effect where they throw cards from the grave back into the deck. So like against black, it'll be like a countermeasure to the black, where you're like, nope, put all that shit back in your deck.
Or Nami. Counter to Nami.
Yeah.
God, I don't know.
The only card I can think of like that is 6-drop Brook, puts stuff from trash back into the deck.
I'm just so excited. Yeah. I'm so excited to see what they do with this blue Doffy starter deck.
I hope they do more of these. This is just our first time they've done this like 6 starter deck reprints. I want them to keep doing this.
I do hope that the Katakuri structure deck comes with the reprint of the 8-drop.
Oh, it has to.
I hope so.
The only reason it's like, because I say it has to, but it's like it is a secret. Yeah. But I feel like it'd be the right thing to do. The only reason I can see them not do it though is because these are the second iteration of Green Uta, who refused to give film players Nami. So like, who knows?
True. I forgot Nami was not in the original Green.
Yeah, was that original?
Yeah.
So he was getting a promo reprint in the best collection.
Yeah, but that's like saying like, hey,
and those sell out.
We're not gonna sell shoes to you anymore because Kanye's selling limited edition shoes.
Yeah, no.
So you don't get shoes.
Yeah,
you have to buy his shoes.
That was really
what?
Really bad.
No, that's ridiculous.
Bro, that's because like they didn't give them Nami, and Katakuri's a secret. I think if Bandai wants to do the right thing, they will put him in there.
Yeah, they put him in there. The Nami goes in there. Because the thing is, the whole reason to buy these structure decks aren't always about the reprints. It's about getting the new card that's
all I care about.
Exactly.
That's all I care about. I just care about this Doflamingo. I also do love the idea of going back and just supporting old leaders. I wish they'd do it more often.
Plus, all of these are just reprints of old leaders with new arts as well.
I really enjoy that.
I like the Doffy's art, like looking at the foiling, like the strings in his hands and shit are all.
I still have my my original alternate art, which I'm still going to use. But I do appreciate where it's like, hey, you like Doffy, but you couldn't shell out on like this alternate art.
Yeah.
Here's a alternate art.
It's just so upsetting. I really do hate.
I don't know why they gave it to Uta. I just thought about that.
People love Uta.
I just find it so upsetting that, like, again, the red shit being locked to Whitebeard. Because, like, Doffy, because pretty much whatever I've talked about, like the printing the new set, and then you print a new leader that has, like, a certain tag to support old leaders and all that. Like, this blue Doffy starter deck is fucking amazing for all blue leaders that have existed up to this point. And it's looking like the red deck is not going to be that at all.
Well, because they did it in a way where because the 7 Warlords came out in set 1, and that was 80% of our blue pool to that point.
Yeah.
A lot of the blue cards are very like independent, where it's like I'm part of this archetype, but I'm kind of standalone, where I can kind of stand on my own 2 feet.
Yeah.
And then they just essentially gave us a searcher and some better ones.
Yeah.
It wasn't that they were tied to a leader, because they came out so early. So and then they give us more support for essentially an archetype that wasn't bound by a leader. It wasn't like Whitebeard, where it's like, all these guys were bound by Whitebeard because it made sense. The 7 Warlords came out in set 1, and those were all of our blue cards.
That's it until OPO 7.
Yeah.
No, and I get that, but that's basically.
No, I get what you're
saying. The starter deck is an amazing way to go back and support old leaders.
Yeah.
This is an amazing way to go back and support old leader. And that's my gripe with it. That's
certain leaders now, red, blue, Marco.
Yeah, I guess.
And Ace.
And Ace.
Oh, I forgot about Ace. Yeah.
Both Aces.
But
wait, no. One. Well, the other Ace is yellow.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts before we wrap this one up, boys?
No.
Dolphin eating good.
Hell yeah, Manny. Good luck at.
We're all eating good, bro.
Tonight.
Yep.
We're all eating good for completely different reasons. Well, you guys are eating good for the same reason.
Yeah.
I'm eating good for different reasons, though.
What are you eating good for?
Purple Crocodile.
Oh, powerful.
Yeah. We're all eating good off that Doffy starter deck.
Yep.
But okay.
Yep. Hell yeah.
You're gonna say something, man?
No, I was gonna sign off.
Okay, well then, until next time, we'll see you guys.
Bye-bye.
Later.